Let's go Broncos! Training camp has been full of surprises, and not just the usual preseason excitement. We're talking about rising stars no one expected, a quarterback who makes NFL veterans look ridiculous in practice, and, yes, some injury concerns that could change everything if not addressed correctly. But here's the thing. Sean Payton is smiling. He's seeing something the rest of the league isn't yet prepared for, and after hearing what's happening on the field, I think you'll understand why. But before I tell you exactly what's going on, click like if you're a true Broncos fan who's been here through the tough years. If you've been bleeding orange and blue for decades, comment right now. Go, Broncos! My heart bleeds orange and blue. Okay, let's get to it, because what's happening with Bo Nix in training camp is shocking even the biggest skeptics, and there are two young receivers who are making veteran defenders look like rookies. On the other side of the court, a quarterback most fans weren't even talking about a month ago suddenly seems to be forcing George Payton into a difficult trade decision. Oh, and I'll tell you exactly what left Broncos fans silent during practice this week, because it could have been a disaster. Now, straight to the big news. Training camp has been a roller coaster. On the injury front, the Broncos' streak of great luck might have hit its first bump. Mike McGlinchey missed the last 2 days of camp, and while he showed up today, he was sporting a sleeve on his right leg and wasn't dressed to practice. Sean Payton doesn't seem overly concerned, but this offensive line continuity is one of the team's greatest strengths. Keeping that unit healthy is crucial for Bo Nix to succeed, so it's definitely something to watch closely. But the real gut punch moment came when Drew Sanders was carted off the field. The stands went silent. Sanders has been moved around between positions, and Vance Joseph has been excited about his potential. Seeing him carted off, especially after an Achilles tear in his past, had everyone nervous. The good news? Payton confirmed it's not the Achilles, and we can only hope this is something minor. But let's move to the exciting stuff, because there is a lot to be excited about. Troy Franklin, rocking his new number 11, has been stacking strong practices and building chemistry with Bo Nix. Sean Payton is playing it cool, saying it's too early to declare Franklin a breakout star, but 3 straight standout days at camp say otherwise. And then there's Pat Bryant, a receiver many thought was just a late-round flyer. Payton compared him to Michael Thomas, praising his smooth slant routes. Bryant has been making plays with every quarterback, and his ability to work back to the ball when plays break down might be exactly what Bo Nix needs. Last year, the Broncos lacked that kind of awareness from receivers, forcing Bo to scramble. If Bryant keeps this up, watch out, this offense could become much more dynamic. Speaking of Bo Nix, let's talk about how sharp he's looked. Through every training camp practice so far, he hasn't thrown a single interception. Let that sink in. He's facing one of the toughest defenses in the NFL every single day and staying clean. Meanwhile, Caleb Williams has already thrown 6 picks in his own camp, despite being touted as a generational talent. Sean Payton promised he knew how to find quarterbacks better than anyone else, and right now, it looks like he was right. Bo's mobility is also turning heads. Payton didn't even realize how fast he was until drafting him. Expect a lot of bootlegs, rollouts, and plays designed to maximize that athleticism. Defensively, one name you need to keep an eye on is Chris Abrams-Drain. Multiple reports say he's been shutting down touchdowns at camp, batting down passes that look like sure scores. With a cornerback room already stacked with Pat Certain, Riley Moss, McMillan, and Jonte Barron, the Broncos might even consider trading one of their corners. Depth like this is a luxury, and George Payton clearly nailed this draft pick. Oh, and Broncos president Damani Leach spoke a bit about the stadium situation. Despite rumors of breaking ground on a new facility soon, things aren't as far along as the internet speculated. However, there is good news. Expect some new jersey and helmet combinations this season. Not an entirely new uniform, but some creative mix-and-match options will debut before preseason. And finally, a fun but tense moment. Sean Payton delivered a classic fiery Payton response when asked about Bo Nix working with Drew Brees, snapping at a reporter with, "Your little internet shows are driving me crazy." Payton may terrify reporters, but that fire is exactly why Broncos country believes in him. The biggest takeaway from everything happening in camp right now is that Sean Payton's vision for this team is starting to take shape, and the pieces are beginning to fall into place. Bo Nix looks poised and calm, even under heavy pressure from what is arguably the best defense in the league. This is huge because Payton's offense thrives on timing, rhythm, and decision-making, and Bo is showing all of that already. What's even more impressive is that he's doing it while developing chemistry with a new group of receivers. Pat Bryant's ability to create separation on slants and come back to the ball on broken plays is exactly what this offense was missing last season. If Bryant continues to grow, and if Troy Franklin keeps stacking practices, Bo could have two reliable young weapons to complement Cortland Sutton. Speaking of Sutton, he's still doing Sutton things, toe-tapping catches in the back of the end zone, using his size and catch radius to dominate one-on-one matchups. You can see the chemistry building between him and Bo, and that's going to be key when the season starts. Now, on the defensive side, Chris Abrams-Draine is making a case to be one of the breakout stars of camp. Reports say he's been consistently shutting down scoring opportunities, and that's no small feat considering the competition he's facing every day. His ability to read plays and react quickly is adding even more depth to what was already one of the deepest cornerback groups in the league. Don't forget, this secondary already includes Pat Surtain, arguably the best cornerback in football, plus Riley Moss and McMillan. If Abrams-Draine continues to play like this, George Payton might actually have a decision to make about whether to trade from this position of strength. That's a great problem to have. And then there's the injury conversation. Yes, the Drew Sanders situation was a gut punch. The whole vibe shifted the second he was carted off the field, and you could feel the concern in the stands. But the positive news is that it's not the Achilles, and Payton didn't seem panicked about it. Sanders has incredible potential, and Vance Joseph is still very high on him, so let's hope this setback is minor. Mike McGlinchey missing practice is another storyline to follow. He's a key piece of that offensive line, and keeping that unit healthy is critical. The continuity of this line was one of the biggest reasons for optimism heading into this season, so fans will be holding their breath until he's back to full participation. One more thing worth pointing out, Bo Nix is proving exactly why Payton believed in him over other quarterbacks. He's going through camp without a single interception, while top rookies around the league are already struggling. Caleb Williams, for example, has thrown 6 interceptions in his own camp, and the panic is real in Chicago. Payton, meanwhile, is quietly smiling because he knows he got his guy. This doesn't just speak to Bo's talent, it speaks to Payton's ability to evaluate quarterbacks, something he's been bragging about since before the draft. If Bo keeps this up, Broncos fans might finally be able to stop worrying about the quarterback position for the first time in years. And let's not forget the fun stuff, the uniform news. No new uniforms just yet, but the team is going to mix and match helmets and jerseys in ways we haven't seen before. It's not a huge thing in terms of football performance, but it's always exciting for fans to see fresh looks on game day. A new stadium, however, seems to be further away than expected. Despite rumors of an imminent groundbreaking, Damani Leach made it clear things aren't that far along yet. So Broncos country, I want to know, what excites you the most heading into this season? Is it Bo Nix's incredible start, the potential of Pat Bryant and Troy Franklin, or the dominance of this defense led by stars like Pat Surtain and rising players like Chris Abrams-Draine? And with all this depth, do you think the Broncos should trade a cornerback to fill another position of need, or keep the group intact for a long playoff run? Drop your thoughts below. I'll be reading every single one. Go Broncos!